Hi, this is Jason, and this is my daily vlog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy. Hello. Right. This video is basically just to let you know, first of all, I haven't been up to a lot today. Me and Deb have stayed in. Dog is a lot better, which I'm glad to say. She's a lot better. She's more back to her normal self now. I think she just had a bit of a stomach bug. We found out that next door's dog's been quite ill as well, so it looks like it's something that's going round. The reason I'm speaking how I am, first of all, I don't feel too good. I feel a bit rough, actually. Feel a bit queasy. I thought having some tea might make me feel better, but it hasn't made me feel very good. And I've just looked at myself and I look like death, to be perfectly honest. I look like death warmed up. But I'm not going to harp on about how I feel, because no matter how I feel, I actually feel lucky, because what I do every morning when I get up, I come downstairs, I turn on my computer and I look at the news, and I do that periodically throughout the day. And when I saw the news about the bridge collapsing in Italy, it sort of stopped me dead in my tracks, because apparently dozens are dead. They know at least 22 are dead. There could be a lot more. Now, that puts life into perspective for me, because I can bitch and moan and whinge and whine all I want about CMT. I can moan about my conditions, about how much pain I'm in. But the one thing I will say is I've got life, and a lot of people are not that fortunate, you know. Those people that got killed today, they didn't set out knowing that that was going to be their last trip. They didn't get in the car thinking, this is it, this is my final journey, a bridge is going to collapse on me. And that's the thing about life, you see. Too many people take it for granted. They say things like, I'll sort that out tomorrow, or if you fall out with somebody, I'll make it up to them tomorrow. Tomorrow isn't guaranteed. It isn't guaranteed for anybody. It isn't guaranteed for me, you know, my mum, my wife, anybody I know. Nobody's got tomorrow guaranteed. I know an incident years back. I'm not going to mention any names, but a friend of mine's mum actually took her daughter to school, and on the way back home dropped dead, completely out the blue, from a brain aneurysm, just like that. No age, she wasn't like, you know, 90 or something daft like that. She was taking her daughter to primary school, so you can work out how old she was. I mean, my own dad, he got taken too soon. He was only 61, my dad was, and he was a decent bloke. And I knew he'd been bad, and he'd been in hospital, and he was being moved to a recovery ward. And I thought he was going to be fine. And I got a call at the night time off my sister Mandy, in the afternoon, sorry. And she said that if I wanted to see my dad, come down see him, because he was in hospital and he wasn't too good. Well, something didn't sound right to me there. Something really didn't sound right. So I spoke to Deb, and we were going through a bad patch at the time, a really bad patch, and she could have told me no, but she turned around and she asked me if I wanted her to come with me, and I said yes, please, definitely, yes. And I went down there, and just over 12 hours later he was gone. I sat in the hospital all night with him, with Deb, with Mandy, and I literally watched him die in front of my eyes. And like I say, he was only 61, so he wasn't an old man, you know. He wasn't perfect dad. He wasn't perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but he was my dad. I loved him to bits. And I don't think people say that enough to the parents, to the friends, to the brothers, to the sisters, whatever. You don't say it, you know. Too many people die not knowing. And too many people are still alive wishing that they'd said something to the people who've gone. So my advice is basically, if you've got something to say to somebody and you want to make up for an argument or whatever, do it now, because tomorrow just is not guaranteed. You know, I mean, I feel really, really bad for those people, and all the people that basically wake up in the morning thinking it's another day and then never get to see the night, you know, because they're gone just like that. And life is fragile. It is so fragile, it's unreal. I mean, last night, I did my normal trick, you know. I went outside, I took the bins out to put them outside, and 30 seconds later I found myself flat on the floor, the bin tipped over, and all the stuff all over the street. So I spent the next 20 minutes picking that lot up, and I didn't see that coming. And that was just a simple legs collapsing. I don't know whether they were tired. I don't know whether it was my CMT making them all, like jelly. I don't know. But I went down on the floor, and I was down there for about a minute before I could get up again, because I couldn't get back up. I never can once I fell down. I had to make sure I could get to the wall or the lid of the bin so that I could prop myself up. And I didn't tell Deb straight away. I told her a bit later on. She had a fit on me, which I expected, to be perfectly honest. But I'm trying to live my life as best I can. I can't do a lot of things, but I'm lucky to be alive, If I told you about my childhood, which people have heard before, my friends and family, friends and neighbours and stuff have heard about my childhood, and a lot of them just turn around and say, how are you still here? How are you still alive? I was brought up in a house, and for the last 2 years, I didn't even have a bedroom window. I just had a piece of plastic poured across it. And in the winter, when the plastic blew off, I was exposed to the freezing cold and God knows what, rain, wind, sleet, snow, the lot. But I'm still here. Some of the things I used to do when I was a child. I used to pull the wires out of electric sockets and jump on them to make them spark. Don't ask. I was a nutcase, what can I say? I also used to do stupid things like running to the edge of a hill and jumping off it and going down as far as I could, even though it was a very, very steep drop. And I'd land on my back, I'd land on my legs, I'd land on my arms. But I got accepted because of that. I had friends who actually wanted me to do that. And I look back now and think, yeah, well, of course you did, because you didn't do it. You just wanted to see me do it. You wanted to see me go flying and break my legs or my arms or whatever. But, I did it. I did stupid things when I was a kid. I don't do so many stupid things now. I know my limitations. But I still am grateful for the life I've got, because my life could be 50 times worse than it is now. One, I might not have one, in which case, game over anyway. But two, I can still see, speak, communicate with you. I can still sit here in front of a computer. I can still use a computer, bit by bit. I've got a lovely wife. I've got a fantastic house. I've got a daft mutt of a dog, who, like I say, thank God is getting better. So I'm more grateful for everything I've got. I can't go around through my life feeling sorry for myself. I can't do it. It just is no way. Because you look out and you hear about people losing mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, people dying on the wedding days, people dying on their anniversaries, children, little children getting cancer, and you think, whoa, my problems are my problems, but they are very, very small compared to what some people have got. I've got a good life. I have got a good life, and that's really what this one's about today. I am watching a film at the moment. Actually, I'm watching a film with Nicolas Cage and Elijah Wood in called The Trust, and I'm about halfway through it, and I thought I'll get to the end and then I'll come and do my video. But something told me I want to do my video before the end of the film, because I don't want my video be about the film. I want it to be about life, living, enjoying. I've read some of my poems out, and they're very dark, I will admit that. But I've also got at least 200 or 300 that are either romantic or funny, or looking at life, in a positive light. They're very uplifting. I've only got certain poems that are down because I was down at the time I wrote them, or I was remembering the time when I was down. But if you add up all the bad things in my life, and then they're outweighed by the good, because you could have a thing like CMT that's that, but you could have marriage that's that, then you've got CMT that's, it's just something that I had no choice on. I got given that. Marriage, my wife, my family, my life is how I choose it. And that's what I'm saying to people. Love your life and make sure you enjoy your life, because one flick of a switch and it's over. And by then it's too late. So I know it's a bit of a somber video, but just think, life is for living. Enjoy your life. Nothing's guaranteed for tomorrow. I'll do another video soon, God willing. Bye for now. I thought I'd finish with one of my humorous poems, and it's called The Defence. My dear friends, it's plain to see, my client is as innocent can be. The evidence circumstantial, true, The witnesses don't have a clue. It's just a farce, this case, and you can see that. There's nothing proven, no straight facts. It's plain to see my client here has no worries and nothing to fear. I know the policeman caught him out, and he's a bit of a layabout. And the jewels that were stolen were found in his room, plain to see, clearly hidden in the handle of a broom. And the witnesses, 3, if you count the police, all saw him at the house and using some keys. And the clothes they described are what my client wore, and when they shouted him, he cursed and he swore. But he states that he found the keys on the ground and wanted to let someone know what he found. So he tried all the keys and the locks on the street to be certain whose they were in case they should meet. And having found a lock that the keys fitted in, he regrets doing it now, but he let himself in. He knows he did wrong, but he wanted to see if anyone was in so he could return the key. And the jewels he took was because his memory is bad. He couldn't remember the house number. Now that is so sad. He wanted to take a token item so he could return, and says he is sorry and his lesson is learned. Don't take into account his other 40-odd crimes. He has paid his due and done his time. They were all for burglary, that much is true. But my client is innocent. Would I lie to you? If you're enjoying the videos I'm doing and you want to see more, you can subscribe by clicking the link there. And if you want to see my exciting day from yesterday, you can click up there. Thank you again for taking the time to watch my videos. Bye for now.